What's up, guys? Welcome back to another day, and we're going to do another analysis. Most days I focus on Bitcoin. Today we're going to give the spotlight to Ethereum. So I just want to say again, thanks for all the support, and if you're new here, please like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and look at Ethereum a bit. So this is the Ethereum US dollar chart, and as you can see, we have closed the days above the 10 simple, right? And right now our 10 simple is posturing to close above, or sorry, not close above, but slowly slope cross above the green and the yellow. That would be amazing if that can happen, but it's going to take a while, like I said, right? And right now, if we look at our moving averages right here, the green, our 55 daily, is at 27.20, and then our yellow, which is a 21 daily EMA, is at 27.72. Not too far from each other. The white is creeping up, so that would be a great sign, be a momentum shift for Ethereum. Looking great, right? Let's look at something I don't usually talk about on this channel, but I do want to have you guys focus a bit more on this one. This is the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, and what this will show you is how Ethereum performs relative to Bitcoin, right? And essentially, as you can read over here, this is roughly 7 million satoshis, 7.2 million satoshis, right? Um, remember, one Bitcoin just represents 100 million satoshis. So some simple math for you guys, right? So we're about 7. Basically, that means one Ethereum equals about 7.2% of a Bitcoin, right? And if we, and just to give you an example or a real life application of this, if we go back to, let's just go back a little bit on time frames. Let's go back to early January, first week of the month, right? So Ethereum was sitting a little bit under 3% of one Bitcoin. Say you had, let's just say you had, what's a cool number? 10 Ethereum. If you had 10 Ethereum back then, you would roughly have 1/3 of a Bitcoin. Well, say you held your Ethereum and you didn't sell it, and you still have the same 10 Ethereum. Well, that Ethereum would now be worth about 73% of one Bitcoin. So you've more than doubled your value in Bitcoin just by holding that Ethereum, right? And a lot of people don't conceptualize or think about this concept too much because it's a lot easier for us just to look at the dollar value, right? But what I want to argue is that we should also pay attention to the Bitcoin comparative relative to the big altcoin you're looking at, because it's going to paint a better picture for us, especially in the long term, right? If you guys just look what Ethereum did back in, just the summer of 2017, right? This was pretty much like ICO craze. And if you don't know what ICO is, just think of all these new farms that are on like DeFi. But instead of having a launch pad, all they did was just say, send us your Ethereum to this contract and we'll send you our altcoin, right? So it was crazy. I mean, EOS, if you guys know EOS, they had a year-long ICO. So during that time, crazy. And Ethereum did stay sideways for like at $300 for like 8 weeks or almost the whole summer. So crazy. But yeah, anyhow, what I want to show you guys is at one point Ethereum was worth about 14% of a Bitcoin, right? And as you can see, the reason why a lot of people can be bullish on Ethereum is because say you buy your 10 Ethereum now, right? You still have your 10 Ethereum and it's about 70%. Well, if we can reach back to 0.14, or let's just say 14% of a Bitcoin, you're gonna have 1.4 Bitcoin just by having the same amount of Ethereum, right? All it means is Ethereum has gained value compared to Bitcoin, gained more value compared to Bitcoin. So it's also a neat feature to take a look at this because, as I said, this chart is looking much better than the USD chart, and that's because people are, believe it or not, they're actually buying more Ethereum than Bitcoin right now. That's why you see today we're actually up 1% compared to Bitcoin, right? And you can see here, a lot of you guys have asked me, how do you know something is a confirmed lower low, right? Well, we can look at the high here, and if we can close a daily above this high here, this would become our lower low now. Sorry, our higher low. How can we confirm if this is a higher low? If our if our candle at any day can take out the previous level here, or any previous levels, and I'll show you guys a couple examples of these. These are shown on Matic ADA also. Then we could say that this is a higher low confirmed, right? So that is a really good sign. We're about to confirm a higher low on the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing chart. That would set us up to break here. Obviously not right immediately, but it would be a constructive path towards that level once we can get everything in order, right? So what I mentioned about the structures, we'll look at ADA, Cardano also. If you look at Cardano, we've also formed this kind of like W pattern. Let me just get a drawing tool. It kind of looks like this, right? But how do you confirm that on this side? On this side, it's a higher low, right? How do we know that this is a higher low? Well, as you can see, we've broken above already these two levels. So we're taking out these candles, and if today we can break above and confirm, right? We have about 6 hours until the daily close. If that happens, then the ADA USD chart will confirm a higher low on this side, right? And that would imply we could test above the $2 range, and if Bitcoin is still healthy and doing all right, we could make for all new all-time highs, right? Let me show you the same thing on a Matic chart. On a Matic chart, it almost looks the same, right? Could this area be our higher low? Well, we don't know yet until we break above this level, right? Or yeah, above this level. So we're still waiting on that, and that's why Matic is pretty much stalling out. I believe Link has some. Yeah, Link has almost the same structure too. So if we can break this level for Link, then we can see this little W. I don't like these patterns too much, but they kind of play out really well in a bull market because it's basically applying. People have tried to drop the price lower. They couldn't drop the price lower, and yet people are still buying, right? People bought here. They tried again, right? They couldn't push it lower, and people are still buying. So if our price can get above this point at any day, like any closure, daily closure, that would imply again a higher low, which is great. Because then what do we do if we get a higher low? Well, we try to test the upside. So levels of resistance here. But yeah, let's go on to our original Bitcoin and see what happened here. Okay, so the symmetrical triangle I drew yesterday. Not much has changed, but again, we did confirm a daily close above the 10 simple, so that is a good sign. However, oddly enough, you can see we wicked towards the top of this of this drawing here, and TA does magic sometimes. I don't have time to explain it, but yeah, we've hit this quite a couple times already. So what that could mean is that we might actually go down to test this green again. Remember, green was our 55 4-hour 55 EMA, and usually I'll show you guys usually what happens when we try to break a level is you're not gonna break it on the first time, right? You go sideways a little bit, and then we might actually try to retest where we came from, which is our 4-hour 55. So I would not be surprised if Bitcoin try to test this area around 37.3 again, and then the next time it'll try to break that level, and then it might not, but then it just spooks everybody out, right? And we'll do the same thing. We might fail to break above the 40,000 level. It's not going to be accurate, this chart, because I overshot it. But then we might test our triangle area again, right? Boom, we might test here. Let me move the page a little bit. We might test here, and then we might just consolidate a little bit, and then we'll try again, right? And then this level, our 42,000 level, it might not work, but then we make it lower high, and then do it again. And then maybe on the third or second time, we bounce up, break it, and we'll come back down to test this and go for the next way. And just keep repeating that, right? That's very healthy. What I don't want to see is if we just do this. If we just go straight up, that's not going to be too healthy because that would imply that we haven't tested this zone, we haven't tested this zone, and we haven't tested this zone, right? What you want to see is you want to see breakouts. Let me just clear my chart a bit, sorry. What you want to see is breakouts, and then you want to see breakouts, and then you want to see a retest of that zone, and then go to the next one, right? Break this zone, retest, break this zone, retest. Very simple drawing. Like I said, usually does not work on the first time. It takes multiple times, but that's what you want. This is very healthy. That's what we want to see. And as I said many, many times, there are a lot of resistance for Bitcoin. So the odds are stacked against Bitcoin, but as we know, like I said, all these moving averages above here, all these blue lines, all resistance levels, right? And oh man, it's gonna be tough for Bitcoin to get up here. And that's why I said if Bitcoin gets up to these levels, right? Please, it's not gonna happen exactly like this, right? If Bitcoin can get above to these levels, I am expecting a bull trap to occur, right? They'll get people's hopes up and say, everyone's gonna be very excited. Everyone's gonna think we're gonna break 50K. We're gonna break 50K, right? And as everyone is expecting us to break 50K, people are just going to add the shorts and just drop the market. It's very possible, right? Because think about it, if you're a bear, you would want to short up here. You don't want to short down here. Your downside is not that much, right? You're not going to have that much room to make profit. But if people can push the price up for you, and then you're so bearish, you want to drop the price here. So guys, pretty much that's all I have for technical analysis. I am going to start covering a little bit of news, but this one is pretty funny. I thought some of you guys might like it. The Miami mayor, which is also where the conference is held, the Bitcoin conference, is held, right? He actually claims that he bought Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's pretty cool, right? A mayor of a, pretty popular U.S. destination, but, and he went on CNBC and talked about it. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. And he said, if someone buys something, they're usually a believer in it, and maybe this is the right step towards adoption, right? So not much today, not much that I have for you guys today. But again, thanks for all your support, and hopefully we can see Bitcoin do something. But I promise you, trading 9% of the time, it's gonna be boring, and then 5% of times you will be excited, right? This here is an abnormal, it's abnormal. We don't see movements like this often. Usually, what you see is these sideways action like this. We just go sideways, just go sideways, just go sideways, and then sometimes will range. And that's why I said, please don't go, don't expect, don't freak out if we go sideways, because Bitcoin historically does do a lot of sideways action. So I'm expecting sideways, but we can always profit in between there. As always, nothing here is financial advice. And again, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.